This is Pharaoh's Visor of dsdatabase.org, and today we're going to have some fun playing with the AR games for the Nintendo 3DS. I know a few of you are awaiting my review, but there's just so much to play with on the 3DS that I'm breaking it up into parts. So the AR games comes free with every Nintendo 3DS, and they come in the form of these AR cards. This package is included with every Nintendo 3DS and is bundled with the manual. On the back, it gives you a quick overview of what it is. You get a question mark AR card and 5 character AR cards. So if you open it up, you get these cheap, flimsy cardboard card things, and as you can see, they're not exactly thick or anything. You get the question mark. This one's the most important. It has your menus and your mini games, and then you get the character cards. There's Mario, Link, Kirby, Samus, and the Pikmins. So these ones aren't as important as this one, but obviously you don't want to lose them. The interesting thing about the AR cards is that there's nothing special about these cards. They're just paper. So you can reprint these as many times as you want. You can print giant versions of them. There are YouTube videos of people, making gigantic ones the size of, well, my house. And you see things pop up. So what is AR? Well, AR stands for Augmented Reality. And basically that's a fancy term for saying using the camera and electronics to make your picture a little different. And what I mean by that is that, for example, right here we see these 2 Nintendo 3DS boxes, so that's what's here right now, and through the camera we see these 2 DS boxes, right? And with the help of an AR card, we can see something different. Just give it a second. So as you can see, this is still what we'd see, but look there, a box just popped up. Of course, in real life, there is no box right here, but we do see it on the camera screen. So this is the question mark AR card. So as I mentioned before, it has the menu. There are 3 mini games: AR shot, archery, fishing, and these are probably the best demos you can show off your 3DS with. They really use everything of the 3DS. It's not gimmicky or a game with some added 3D elements to it. They're genuinely made for the 3DS. On the top there's Me Pics, where you can take a picture of your Mii, Star Pics using the character cards, and Graffiti, where you can draw your own stuff. So I thought we'd start with something fun first. There's AR Shot. And AR Shot is a mini game where you try and push the ball into a hole. And it's quite a simple game, and you have a crosshair up front. Hang on. There's a stage that appears right here. You get a crosshair right there. And basically you want to nudge your ball into that hole right over there. If you change the angle in which you're aiming, the stick aims somewhere different. So luckily for us, it's pretty dead on. So we just click A and it pushes a ball in. This is the first level, so obviously it's pretty easy. But again, you can see that the hole is down here, so you could take advantage of this ridge right here, or you can also move around. these AR games really make you move your 3DS a lot, so you can't sit still and play on a desk or something. You'd really have to stand up and start shifting your console around. Again, luckily for this demo, this one I think could take advantage of the ridge. But this game, you can't exactly stand still. You probably want some sort of table so you can circle around. You'd also have to move up and down. So for example, this one, the ball is all the way up here and I have to get it into this hole, like right under it, so I'd have to pull it way up. I don't exactly have time to show you through all the stages, and I probably don't want to ruin it for you guys. So we're moving on to the next game, archery. This one, again, very simple in idea, but implemented very well. So basically, you want to shoot at the targets. Again, you get a tiny crosshair. It's not as visible as that last one, but you just aim and shoot. So again, you'd have to move your DS a little. And if you can see here, there's a hole where the card is. So you have to lean over it to shoot at the target. And then it pops back up, and then flips over. Of course, there's a 3D element to it, so I turned it off this entire time, but if we had it on, you can see somewhat that there are two images being displayed. One would go to your right eye and one would go to your left eye, and that's really what the 3DS is all about. Taking advantage of this 3D effect, and you get this wobbling where it pops up towards you. It's a real game changer in some aspects for some of the levels. Again, you can see like the dual images here. So there are like two images depending on the angle you're looking at. So I'm just going to turn off the 3D again so that you guys can see. I'm just terrible at this. But that's about it for archery. So let's move back into the menu and onto the third mini game. And this third mini game is fishing. It's actually my least favorite of the three mini games. Basically, your entire surface acts as a floor or a pool or pond or whatever, and you have a rod coming out here. You click A and you start wiggling until a fish takes a bite, and once it does, you pull up and check it out. I caught a red snapper, which is worth 25 points. And that's pretty much the game. You'd have to keep dropping and see how many fish you get in 25 minutes, or in 2 minutes. It's a pretty simple game, so it's not at all hard. I think it's meant for kids. So salmon gives me 35 points, and you try and rack up your points. One thing I'd like to point out is that the 3DS, if it loses the image, so it can't see the AR card anymore, the game cancels out, but it comes back in a flash. So it can turn on and off like that, and it just continues where you left off. Again, the fishing game, hardly my favorite game, but it's pretty sensitive to movement, and I liked it a bit. Graffiti is the next application I'd like to show you guys, and basically it lets you scribble all over your surface. So on the bottom screen, if we start scribbling, you can look at the writing from different angles. You can move it left and right. Yeah, so using the pad, you can turn it, you can move it. You can make it jump up, and obviously you can take a picture of it. So if you take a picture, it can save straight into your Nintendo 3DS camera channel. That's really all there is to this game, so I'm not going to stress too much about it. Oops. Let's see, how do I get out of this? Okay, so on to the next thing. Me picks and star picks are practically the same. So for star picks, you get to take one of your character cards. So here's Mario, and if you put it down and aim at it, you get a picture of Mario. You can make it bigger, smaller, medium sized, and you can change its posture. There's not too many. You can change where it is. So let's shift this up a bit. And you can even have multiple cards. So if we have Link right here, we can have Link aim a sword at Mario, and of course you can take the picture and save it onto, again, your channel. The Me channel is pretty much exactly the same thing, except you'd use the question mark card, so this one, and you can use your Me's in the Me channel. So I'm going to quit here and move on to the last part of the question mark card, and I'm going to skip through the Me's altogether, and instead show you guys the shop. Alright, so on the bottom left-hand corner, bottom right-hand corner, there is a little blue box, and you can only see it once you've unlocked everything. And basically, it allows you to buy extra things. So, Archery 2 has more stages, AR Shot 2, and Fish Gallery gives you more things to take pictures of. The same is true for Clock and Globe, but 3D Tools is the cool one. Of course, AR Shot 2, Archery 2, they're brilliant. The levels are much better than the original, and they're longer too, but this one is the one that brings something new to a table, and basically you can make your own stage, or, well, not really stage, but you can mess around with your pictures and make bumps and lumps wherever. So if I wanted to, I can bring my second DS box up here and again start adding lumps and bumps all over it, and you can have some real fun with this, and that's pretty much it for the AR cards. I'm hoping that there are more things to buy with the play coins in the future. I already bought out the entire store, and you know, more stages for archery is gonna be awesome if they do it in the future, because I think if they expanded on this game, they probably could have had a full-blown $40 game, but they kept it short, 3 stages, 4 stages, and then there's probably another 7 or 8 stages in Archery 2, and again, it's a brilliant game. And for those of you who are thinking about getting a 3DS, I think the AR cards is probably the best thing about the 3DS. You can show off to friends what it can do, and it's the most fun on the 3DS. So that's all I have to say for today. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out my YouTube channel for more videos on the 3DS and probably other electronic gadgets I get my hands on. So thanks for watching.